Heaven and Hell, Christianity. Christianity introduces us to a dual afterlife. Heaven, a serene and joyful place where people who have accepted God and lived morally are said to dwell with their Creator. And hell, a realm of punishment and regret for those who have turned away from divine teachings and committed sins. It's like the ultimate consequence system, rewarding the good and correcting the bad, with the choices made during life determining the eternal destination. Reincarnation, Hinduism. Imagine life as an endless cycle, like seasons that come and go. In Hinduism, this cycle is called Samsara. When a person dies, they are reborn into a new body. Each life is influenced by the deeds of past lives known as karma. Good actions can lead to a better life next time around, while not so good actions can result in a tougher one. The goal is to live so purely that the soul can escape the cycle and unite with the divine, a state called moksha.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more topics you love.
Buddhist Samsara. Buddhism takes the idea of rebirth and adds a unique spin. Life is seen as a series of lessons in suffering and detachment, aiming for enlightenment. As we go through cycles of rebirth, our actions, good and bad, shape our future experiences. The ultimate goal is reaching nirvana, a state of freedom from desire and suffering, ending the cycle of rebirth. It's like graduating from the school of life, where the final prize is eternal peace. Islamic Afterlife. Islam teaches that life is a test, and the afterlife is where the results are given out. Those who pass, by following Allah's guidance and showing good behavior, enter Jannah, a paradise of pleasure and closeness to God. Those who fail, by ignoring divine laws and doing wrong, face Jahannam, a place of punishment and separation from God's mercy. It's a system of ultimate justice based on faith and actions. Valhalla, Norse mythology. Picture Valhalla as an exclusive hall where the bravest fallen warriors are invited. In Norse mythology, these warriors chosen by Odin spend their afterlife in glory and honor, feasting and fighting until they are called upon for the final battle at Ragnarok. It's a reward for courage in life, promising an adventurous and esteemed existence after death. Jewish Afterlife. Jewish views on the afterlife are diverse, but many believe in a coming age of peace and resurrection, where the dead will return to life. It's less about a permanent place to reside and more about a future time when the world is perfected and people live in harmony with divine will. The focus is on living a life of righteousness now, to honor God and ensure a place in this future world. Ancient Egyptian Afterlife. Ancient Egyptians saw death as a journey to a better place, the field of reeds, which was a mirror of their earthly life but without any suffering. To reach this place, one had to pass through various challenges and judgment, with the heart being weighed against a feather of truth. It was essential to live a life of balance and order, ma'at, to ensure a pleasant afterlife. The Elysian Fields, Ancient Greek. In Greek mythology, the Elysian Fields were a paradise reserved for heroes and the virtuous. It was a place of eternal spring, happiness and relaxation, far from the mundane toils of earthly existence. To be invited to the Elysian Fields was a sign that one had lived a life of great honor or had found favor with the gods. The spirit world, various indigenous cultures. The spirit world is a common belief in many indigenous cultures, where the souls of the departed live in a different realm yet remain connected to the living. This world is usually seen as a natural extension of the earthly one, where ancestors watch over their descendants and may offer guidance or wisdom. It's a relationship that maintains the bonds of community beyond physical life. Ancestor worship, various cultures. In cultures practicing ancestor worship, the deceased are not gone but instead play an active role in the lives of the living. Ancestors are honored and remembered through rituals and offerings, with the belief that they can influence the well-being and fortune of their living relatives. It's a way to keep the family legacy alive and draw strength from the wisdom of those who came before. Sikh Afterlife. Sikhism presents a distinctive view of the afterlife. It acknowledges the cycle of rebirth like Hinduism and Buddhism, but emphasizes that through righteous living, selfless service, and devotion to God, one can break this cycle. The ultimate aim is not to reach a heaven or fear a hell, but to merge back with the divine essence from which all creation sprang. It's about losing the ego, the sense of separate self, and becoming one with the universal spirit, akin to a drop returning to the ocean. Secular humanism and materialism. Secular humanists and materialists approach the concept of the afterlife from a perspective grounded in the physical world. They typically view consciousness as a product of brain activity, which ceases upon death, marking the end of an individual's existence. There's a focus on living a full and ethical life rooted in human values and reason, with the understanding that this life is all there is. It's about making the most of the here and now, improving the world for future generations, and finding meaning and purpose in the connections and experiences we have during our lifetime. Resurrection, Christianity and Islam. One day, it's believed, all who have died will rise again, not as ghosts, but in a new, perfect form, as if life hits the reset button with upgraded bodies ready for eternity. It's a fresh start, an immortal comeback. The Dreamtime, Australian Aboriginal. Before time was time, ancient beings shaped the world. Dreamtime is their ongoing creation story that's both history and an eternal, sacred now. The ancestors live in this timeless realm, and through it, they remain connected to the living. Pure Land, Buddhism. Envision a place free from suffering, where enlightenment is within everyone's reach. By calling upon Amitabha Buddha with sincerity, one can be reborn into this pure land, an afterlife of spiritual luxury that's a stepping stone to nirvana. Kamaloka and Devachan, Theosophy. After death, we first wander Kamaloka, a place where we confront and cleanse ourselves of earthly desires. Then, in Devachan, we enjoy a blissful state reflecting the best moments of our lives, like a highlight reel for the soul before reincarnating. Samhain, Celtic Paganism. In Celtic cosmology, it is believed that there are multiple realms or worlds, including the realm of the living and the realm of the dead. These realms are separated by a metaphysical barrier, commonly referred to as a veil. During Samhain, this veil is believed to weaken or thin, creating a temporary overlap between the two realms. This thinning of the veil is thought to facilitate a closer connection between the living and the deceased. The festival of Samhain is seen as an opportune time to honor and remember deceased loved ones, as well as ancestral spirits. It is a night when the living can reach out to their departed ancestors, seek their guidance, and communicate with them. This communication can take various forms depending on individual beliefs and practices. Some may engage in rituals, prayers, or meditation to establish a connection, while others may participate in divination or other forms of spiritual practices to receive messages from the other side. Samhain is also a time for reflection and introspection. It is a period to contemplate the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, and to acknowledge the impermanence of existence. It is believed that during this season, the energies of transformation, release, and renewal are particularly potent. People may engage in rituals or ceremonies to release that which no longer serves them and to set intentions for personal growth and transformation in the coming year. Mystical celebration is an integral aspect of Samhain. It is a time of gathering, community, and festivities. Bonfires, feasts, and music are often part of the celebration. The mystical and supernatural elements associated with Samhain add a sense of enchantment and wonder to the festivities. Asgard, Norse mythology. Amongst the clouds is Asgard, home to gods and, some say, heroic souls. It's a place of grandeur and might, where the worthy live with divine company, sharing in the gods' adventures and feasts. In Norse mythology, Asgard is seen as a realm of immense power and might. It is inhabited by deities such as Odin, Thor, Freya, Loki, and many others. These gods are revered for their strength, wisdom, and supernatural abilities. Asgard is considered their divine abode, a place where they reside and govern over various aspects of the cosmos and human affairs. Asgard is not only the dwelling place of the gods, but is also believed to be a sanctuary for heroic souls. Some interpretations of Norse mythology suggest that brave warriors who died in battle could ascend to Asgard upon their death. These heroic souls would then reside in the realm alongside the gods, participating in glorious feats and battles. The idea of a warrior's afterlife in Asgard reflects the Norse emphasis on valor, courage, and heroic deeds. Within Asgard, there are numerous magnificent halls and palaces. The most notable of these is Valhalla, a great hall ruled by Odin. Valhalla is said to be a place where fallen warriors are received and honored. It is described as a vast and splendid hall with endless feasting and revelry, where the fallen heroes partake in eternal battles during the day and celebrate in grand feasts at night. Asgard is also associated with the concept of divine company and camaraderie. The gods and heroes who reside in Asgard are said to share in grand adventures and quests, battling mighty foes and undertaking epic journeys. They form a close-knit community, bound by their divine nature and shared experiences. This notion of divine company reflects the importance of kinship, loyalty, and friendship in Norse mythology. Immortality of the soul, Platonism. Your soul is a permanent guest in the hotel of your body. When the body wears out, the soul doesn't check out. It continues, eternal and unchanging, carrying the essence of who you are beyond the physical world. Quantum immortality, theoretical physics. In the quantum multiverse, every possibility exists. This theory suggests that consciousness could shift to a parallel universe upon death, continuing life where you didn't die. It's like an infinite game of cosmic musical chairs, where your consciousness always finds a seat.